The history of Millville, Delaware, reflects its evolution from a small, rural settlement to a growing town in Sussex County, near the Atlantic coast. While the town was not formally incorporated until 1906, its roots extend back centuries, shaped by its geography, early settlers, and economic activities. Early settlement and the Baltimore Hundred. Millville is located within the Baltimore Hundred, a historical land division in southeastern Delaware. The area's early European settlement history is not well documented, but it is known that the region's swampy, marshy terrain limited initial development. Early settlers, arriving in the 17th and 18th centuries, established plantations on higher ground near what are now Millville, Ocean View, and Clarksville. These settlers relied on the area's natural resources, including timber, fish, crabs, clams, and oysters from local waterways. The Baltimore Hundred's population included families whose surnames persisted for generations. Local historian Gordon Wood Sr., in his work Letters to the Little Ones, noted that many names from the 1780 census, conducted shortly after Delaware became a state, were still present in the area when Millville was established. This continuity underscores the deep roots of the community. 19th century development. Millville's growth as a distinct community began in the late 19th century, centered around a steam-powered sawmill operated by Captain Peter Townsend. The sawmill, which processed timber from the surrounding forests, gave the town its name and served as an economic anchor. The cleared land supported agriculture, including crops and livestock, while the timber industry provided lumber for construction and trade. The town's early economy faced challenges due to its isolation. Poor roads and the lack of reliable shipping options hindered commerce. The arrival of railroads in the late 19th century, however, opened new opportunities for southern Delaware farmers and businessmen, including those in Millville. Despite these advancements, the economic downturn of the mid-1890s, driven by national financial instability, slowed growth in the region. Incorporation and early 20th century. Millville was incorporated in 1906 as the Commissioners of Millville, marking its formal establishment as a town. At the time, it was considered the principal town of Baltimore Hundred, though the hundreds had lost their political significance by then. The incorporation reflected the community's growing population and economic activity, which included lumber, agriculture, and commercial fishing. In 1907, the Delaware National Guard, originally known as the Delaware Militia, was reorganized as the 59th Pioneer Infantry. This unit, which included local residents, served in World War I, highlighting Millville's contribution to national efforts. Veterans like John Sanford Noble Sr., who returned to civilian life as a teacher, exemplified the town's resilience during this period. Mid-20th century and World War II. World War II brought significant changes to Millville and the surrounding area. The conflict spurred industrial and agricultural activity, and the town's proximity to the coast made it part of broader wartime efforts. Longtime residents recall the war's impact on the community, including the service of local individuals in the military. Late 20th century and modern growth. Millville remained a small, rural community for much of its history, with a population of only 206 in 1960 and 259 in 2000. However, its growth accelerated in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, driven by the increasing popularity of Delaware's beaches as a tourist destination. The town's population more than doubled to 544 by 2010 and reached 1,825 by 2020, reflecting a 235.5% increase over the decade. This rapid expansion transformed Millville into one of Delaware's fastest-growing towns. Contemporary Millville. Today, Millville is a year-round community within the Salisbury, Maryland-Delaware Metropolitan Statistical Area. Located approximately 1 mile west of the Atlantic Ocean and 1 mile south of Indian River Bay, it benefits from its proximity to coastal attractions. Delaware Route 26, the town's main thoroughfare, is lined with thriving businesses, connecting Millville to nearby beach towns and Dagsboro.